Yes, sir. Your boy Mr. K's Trades tapping in on this Friday, man. Excuse me. Quick little recap for you guys today. Go over some of these levels that I have marked up coming into today. How I missed the crazy London Asian session, London swing. Normally I would be in position for that, but today I was definitely not paying attention to it. Haven't been trading London session and Asian session like I normally do. Um, Asian session was when I went on that 21-day win streak. Just trading Asian session only. Didn't even trade any New York, being that the movements were just so smooth. But I kind of diverted into getting back into New York session where that volume is, because it does suck when you blow an account in Asian and you can't trade New York. That's my only reason for stopping it. But let's get into some of these levels for today. A little quick recap, maybe about 5 minutes to show you guys what exactly I was looking at for today. And something very, 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 very simple, right? We got this 4-hour FVG, right? So we got this 4-hour FVG that we tapped back into at yesterday's close, right? 4-hour FVG that we tapped back into after yesterday's close. Did I expect to bounce like this out of it? Actually, absolutely not. I did expect for us to inverse this, come through, use it as resistance, and then continue down to the low of that week. But that's not what the market wanted to do today, right? So this is something that's very important to, if you don't trade Asian session, you want to go back before you start the trading session and actually look and see how Asian session reacted, right? And had you gone back and saw Asian session, you would have saw all of this movement, right? This is like the most perfect reversal I have seen in a minute. Like in a minute. This is perfect. Usually the reversals we get in the market are relief bounces, in which, we'll get a candle that breaks through a level, and then we'll get it to snap back up real quick. Like that candle will break and then it'll snap back up real quick. Like something like this, right? We broke and then we snap back up real quick and continue, right? That is going to be a relief bounce. The market's kind of like, fuck, we just shot down. Let's give some little relief, give some of these people their money back, right? This right here is strictly a reversal out of the FVG. We closed in the FVG, closed and wicked in there, came back out, right? Look at the time. Look at the timing. Market closed at 4 p.m., opens back up at 6, right? Has that hour gap in between. It closes at like 4:10, it opens back up at like the next fucking 6 o'clock or some shit like that, or 5:10, right? So we reversed. Boop, 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 boop. You wouldn't be able to just say, oh shit, we're automatically bullish. You know why? Unless you just particularly watched it, right? Watch, watch, watch. And if you want to get technical, we came up, swept those highs, came back down, swept these lows, right? Came back down, swept these lows. Nope. We reacted off of the trend line. Continued, continued, continued. We never came back to this trend line. You could have used this trend line as a stop loss. You could have used this as a stop loss. And we continued all the way up. All the way, all the way, all the way. 8 a.m. came in, we fucking took off, right? Today's OPEX Friday. All of those options contracts for the month ended up expiring. That's what happened today with this movement. This movement, in my eyes, everyone else may say it's different. Some people may say this movement was bullshit. I would never trade something like this specifically, right? But let me tell you how I ended up trading it. I would never wait and be like, oh shit, OPEX Friday is happening. Let me get in for the trade. Fuck no. This movement was fucking ass. It went up, range, range, range. It had no volume, just edging up, edging up, edging up, right? But I'll tell you what I did take. So let's get this FFG out the way. Right? This is the previous day high from the 4 hour. All I did was wait for a pullback right under the previous day high and then enter the trade under the premise that we are going to break the high, right? If we don't break the high, then we come down, I get stopped out of the trade, right? It is what it is. So this is the trade that I ended up taking. We came down, right? We started right below previous day high. Came down, we had these 2 rejection candles. I got in soon as we closed back up here with a stop loss below this candle for a target of previous day high. So that was about from 49, from 50 all the way up to 64. That's 14 points, right? By the time I closed the trade, we were already up into 680s. So I closed that trade from 550 pretty much all the way to 680. That is a 30-point move with micros as well too. So I was able to bring in some more money with that. And just as the market went up and pulled back, I entered again. We went up, bullish engulfing. Bears try to come in, clear out. Another candle to clear this low out right here, right? All right. I entered again. Stop loss below this low. Very, 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 very tight entries. 60 tick stop losses, nothing major. Even moving my stop loss up soon as we broke back over entry level. Got in, got out. You know what I mean? Got in, got out. Once we started getting near the open 927, I closed the whole tab. I said, you know what? I'm done with the tab. Why? Because we're gonna get people that come into the market and they're just not gonna want to see it go up. They're gonna hit the sell button. I don't want to get caught in the bullshit. Why? Because the overall direction is bullish right now. I don't want to get caught in this. So look what the market did. It came down, consolidated, consolidated, consolidated. I ended up getting chopped up here on one account, lost that account. Chop, 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 chop. Came up, came down, came up, came down, came up. Chop, 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 chop. Came up into this FVG, came down, chop, chop. So the market ended up chopping the rest of the day. As you can see, it did come up, never broke the high. Came over here. All of this right here on a bigger time frame is chop. No matter how you look at it, right? That's why I said some people trade differently. Some people do this, some people do that. I don't care what you do. All of this is chop on a bigger time frame, right? It's not going anywhere. Look at the hourly. This is the only move we had at 8 a.m. And this is the movement we had for the day. If you're telling me this is great movement, you need to reevaluate your longevity in trading, right? And that's why I practice every day, because I still need to reevaluate my trading skills. Why? Because I should never be trading days like this, whether it's a profitable day or not, right? And those are the battles we have with becoming a trader for our own. This is terrible movement. If you can draw a box around all the daily movement, it's within 500 to within 184 point range. That's terrible, right? This movement is pre-market, so the NQ is already up like 300 points pre-market. Jeez, right? So that's something I was paying attention to today. And I had someone ask me, they said, how long do you think it's going to take for me to get to the point where you are, where you're understanding the market, you're spilling this shit. I see some of your videos, you talk about these concepts, FEG, this, and I'm like, I told the guy straight up, I said, what I'm talking about in the videos, mute me, right? Mute me and pay attention to the chart. You know what I mean? I said, so don't get caught up in the exact terminology that I'm using, because all it is fancy terminology, right? FVG is just an imbalance and an inefficiency, right? It's like if you have 6 apples and you take 3 away. You have 3 apples. There's an imbalance from where you first started. Your 3 apples negative. It's as simple as that, right? Same thing with support and resistance, supply and demand. They're all the same, right? So you may be actually hearing these terminologies. They're just explained in a different way. I told him stay off Twitter, stay off social media until you get your own trading style, and until you're confident that you don't have to copy anyone else, because you'll get influenced by the other outside factors and it's going to affect your trading. Why do I know that? Because I've been that one. I've been the person to start off trading with futures. I remember I first started. If you look at this, I just posted this today, right? Happy fucking Friday. Total profits to end the week. I've slowed down my approach to trading, going for base hits. It's been a real challenge for sure, but I've seen myself make 2 to 3K in a day, but I'm in this for a long run for sure. So I'm making 2,200 after the week on micros. I remember starting futures out, I was making 2 to 3K a day. Like, I was the person that was passing accounts in a day, making 3K, making 2K, running up an account to 10,000 in a week. And guess what I was doing? Blowing the account, trying to keep up with the Joneses, man. So guess what? So I had a backwards start to trading. I was the nigga that was making money. Now I gotta give the money away and go back to square one and start small and build it back up big. But what that's gonna do for me is I'm okay with seeing those numbers. So therefore those numbers aren't gonna get my heart racing when I get to that point. And I've always said that with myself. I remember I told my girlfriend this too. I said, when I get to the point where I can trade and my heart's not beating, oh, it's over for motherfuckers. It's over. And I'm already at that point where I can trade and not give a fuck. I can put a trade on and go watch YouTube and come back. Whether the trade hits or not, it's not going to affect my emotions. So that's the little bit of advice I had to that person that asked me that. Shout out to my boy Vin. My boy Vin be definitely keep me going. I see his stuff in his group every day. The YNs keep me going. For real. This guy named Two Real Trades, found him on YouTube, hopped in his Discord. I'm like, hey, young nigga getting to it. Young nigga understand. Young nigga, it makes me go even harder. You know what I mean? And I'm 27, so I'm stepping into my unk phase. and shit like that. So it definitely feels good to be involved with people that are making it happen as well too. Find you a group, find you a select circle of people to trade with. Don't overwhelm yourself, and be okay with this taking minimum of 3 years. And I promise you guys will thank me later. Once again, Think Unlimited Trading, your boy Mr. Cage Trades. I want you guys to always think outside the box. If somebody tells you you can't do it, that is them just putting their insecurities on you. And once again, if you're striving to be a trade trader, I'm sorry, you may not want to hear this. Fuck what your parents think. Fuck what your friends think. Fuck what your boss think. Fuck what everyone that is telling you not to do it. Fuck what they think. I'm sorry. If you don't have a supportive spouse, it's going to be very, very hard for you. Fuck what everybody else is thinking that tells you you can't do it. Just fucking trade. Thank me motherfucking later. I promise that. Other than that, you guys enjoy your fucking Friday. Your boy Cage Trades. Peace.